Hi, my name is Mandarin Soa, and today I'm here with Lima Academy to share my China experience with you. 你好，我叫Mandarin Soa， 我的中文名字叫王一。今天我和 Lima Academy 一起在讲我的中文分享。I went to China in the year 2010. I had a scholarship, Chinese government scholarship, through my university in Ghana. And I went there to read my master's initially for 2 years, and I continued with my PhD, and I read my PhD for 6 years in information and communication engineering. China is an option to study and even, if possible, work because China is one of the largest economies in the world, and they've opened up to a lot of countries. And China is doing really well in terms of technology. And so when you're in China, you're also on the cutting edge of technology. Not only China, but Asia as a whole. China, Japan, South Korea, they are quite kind of linked. If you're interested to go and study in China, I think the first thing is you need to know what you want to study, okay? Get on Google, find out universities that offer the courses you want to study. You can get on the QCAS website, you can get on the China Scholarship Council website as well. And you'll be able to find out the scholarships available and the universities that partner with these organizations to offer these scholarships. And you can do that. You see, sometimes there are people who are agents who work with some universities, but you just have to be sure that this person is legit. This person is credible, because there have been situations where people have been defrauded of their monies under the guise of being offered scholarships. If you get a scholarship, you must make sure that you've seen your letter, okay, of notice of the scholarship. You have to read the letter very carefully, because there are different kinds of scholarship. There's a full scholarship that comes with a monthly stipend, with full tuition, accommodation, and all that taken care of. There are partial scholarships that come with only accommodation, tuition sometimes taken care of, sometimes not. Sometimes there's no monthly stipend. So be sure of the scholarship you have. That's going to determine what you need to get ready, because if you have a scholarship that covers only accommodation, that means you need to have your tuition, you need to have your monthly allowance with you, ready with you. And one other thing too is, in case your parents can afford, you can actually go to study in China and pay everything by yourself. You don't need to learn Mandarin before you can go to China. I went to China without knowing any sentence in Chinese, not even one word in Chinese. I remember clearly the night I arrived there, there was a Ghanaian guy who helped us pick a taxi, and he was speaking Chinese to the driver, and I was like, wow. I was just wondering, like, when shall I be able to speak Chinese like him? But within a year and a half, I was able to speak Chinese, And so you don't need to learn any Chinese before going there. But when you get there, make the effort to learn Chinese. There are two options normally in China, right? If you want to study there as an African student, you can study in Chinese, or you can study in English. If you need to study, or you want to study in Chinese, then you have to take at least 1 year compulsory Chinese course, and then take an exam in Chinese and get certificate. Depending on the level of the certificate you get, you can study in Chinese. The other option is to just read a course in English and then just study Chinese on the side as one of the subjects. That's what I did. The Chinese degrees are no inferior to American or European degrees. You see, the most important thing is to make sure that you work hard for your degree. The most important thing is make sure that whatever you study, you are good at it. Because these days, where the world is moving towards is not too much about where you studied or even what you studied, but it's about what you can do. And so make sure that whatever you study, you can do it. And then that's good enough. After my studies in 2018, I decided to move back to Ghana because my wife was here, my family, my parents were here as well, and I had been away for quite a while. I think I didn't have too much of re-entry shock when I was coming to Ghana finally, because I had prepared my mind, and I knew I was going to lecture in a university, and I had applied for it and all that. So I didn't really have too much of a re-entry shock. But I would say that when I visited Ghana after 2 years in China, one of the shocks I had was the way people did not stick to time. Because in China, whenever you needed to meet someone and they gave you time, a lot of the time they were in time. But in Ghana, people just didn't regard time as much. I think being in China or Asia for that matter opens up your mind to a lot of opportunities and changes the way you think about certain things. And so if you're watching this video and you're studying in China and you're apprehensive about coming back to Ghana or Africa, I want to encourage you, there are still lots of opportunities here. You can always come back. I came back within a few months. I got the opportunity to lecture in the university, Premier University of Ghana. And so, yeah, just come home. It doesn't matter if you have a bachelor's degree or master's or PhD, just come home. Worst case, you can actually start a business, and with the kind of exposure you have, you'll gain an upper hand.